Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the monthly forecast. This is for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So this is for March 2018. It is for the month. We'll be doing an extended forecast today for your general reading, and then finally have a deck of the Romance Angels cards, so we'll be pulling from those as well. And then to finish off your spread today, we'll draw from the other decks for some final messages for you. So we are looking at a general reading for your sign, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for Libra. I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers and viewers for your patience and your encouragement. Thank you so much. And I hope that you enjoy the new decks and this extended forecast today. So what does Libra need to know for the month of March 2018? What are general messages for Libra for the month of March 2018? So if you've been around for any length of time now on my channel, you'll know that generally I'm going to shuffle until there are jumpers. But I'm realizing now with a lot of practice here with my traditional tarot deck here, I guess it's more of a fairy version of the tarot. But all the same, with the 72 cards here, I am going to be pulling from the center of the deck for you for your main reading, and then I'll let the oracle cards jump. It's just been something that I find is working for me when I do readings now. It's not just an interest in the length of time, it's just that these have a much different feel on them. Look what jumped out already is the Magician here. So there could be something that feels like magic circulating in your life, or that you're in charge of something that could cause a lot of waves, really good waves in your life. And the High Priestess too. A lot of mystery here. So as I was saying, we did have a couple of jumpers. This is when I generally know that it's time to start pulling from the center here. I've been doing this now for a couple of weeks with this deck, and I'm noticing that I get a little bit of a tingling in my arms when it's time to stop. So aside from the jumpers that flew out there with some messages for you, it's always interesting to see if they'll prop up in the rest of your spread as well. So let us begin. So we're going to do a 10-card Celtic cross spread for you today. Lots of major arcanas for you already. Very interesting. So Libra, there it is. There's one of the cards that jumped out, the High Priestess. So you're probably under the auspices of something that feels like a bit of a mystery this month, or that there's something, a mysterious quality. Again, this is a general reading, so there's two court cards here, so this could be another person, or this could be the energy of another person, but we're going to treat this as though it's the general energy for the entire reading, which is going to sort of capture the month for you. So a great deal of perhaps even building a mystery this month, or getting to know something about yourself, a deep knowing here. And it could be that you are discovering about yourself that you have some secrets about yourself that you find very illuminating and very powerful. So let's dive into this reading, beginning with the moon. So as I mentioned, you do have several major arcana cards. In your reading today, I count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime we're looking at major arcana, we're looking at intense or unavoidable energies, right? Again, so not necessarily a person, but again, apply this to your benefit, the way that you see fit, in a way that is applicable to you, just because, as I mentioned, we do have a queen and a king here, both of fire. So this could be related to a person in your life for whom you may come in contact with this month. So representing you this month, again, tied into the general energy for the spread, is the moon. And here's where sort of mystery meets perhaps a little bit of confusion, maybe something that's buried. I really feel for you, Libra, though, that especially with the Empress here, that something's going to come to light for you. Something's going to be illuminated for you, brought out of the darkness, as it were. It could be that something that felt like a dream state or stagnant, or something, again, that was a little bit mysterious or kind of in the dark. Not necessarily being kept from you, but something that you perhaps were seeking or was unavailable for any reason could make itself available for you. It could be that you're reveling in a sense of mystery here, or you're trying to be mysterious, or someone's accusing you of being mysterious and you have no intention of it. But there is an element of mystery, and perhaps either hiding it or in the process of sort of revealing something this month. The moon is ruled by Cancer. As we know, it's a water sign, so there could be some water energy here, which is really just feelings, intuitions, emotions. So something that's buried sort of in that realm for you. It could be that things are coming up for you that are even uncomfortable right now, that you're being asked to bring to the surface here, if for no other reason than to get to know that about yourself, right? If this is truly just all about you and not about a project, or again, apply accordingly. But this is really about being able to use it to your advantage, right? Being able to sort of harvest this and use it to your advantage. Because we have the situation crossing you here as the Empress. So here we have your third major arcana. And the Empress is really about, fertility. It's really about being able to give birth to something, being patient while something is in the process, for example, like gestation is its own cycle. Again, this could flat out be a pregnancy for you, right? That's always a concept here, especially with these other two major arcanas so closely together here. Something really mysterious that's, extremely related to the feminine realm, right? And then with this sort of, secret, something hidden underneath. It could flat out just be a pregnancy. But it could be a project that's being brought to fruition. It could be a relationship that's getting to the next level after perhaps an understanding of the emotions here. But however you're going to apply this, what is the situation here is a harvesting as such, okay? But it's something that you have to be comfortable with, and you, in your own time, have to be able to present in the way that you see fit. But this is available to you, and it's also a suggestion here for you to feel confident and comfortable that this is the right time for you to do this. That March is a really good time for you to finally get in touch with this level or element of yourself, and to stop concealing it or stop hiding it or ignoring it if that's the case. Here in your foundation of the situation for you is the King of Fire. So here we have, you can probably see his huge heart there. He's got the ray of sunshine around his head. So we're looking at the element of fire, okay? So there could, again, when I mentioned there could be other actors in your life right now, it could be that there is a strong Sagittarius, fire, or Leonian energy, or a person with those signs that is going to feature prominently this month for you. If that's not the case for you, it could be someone with those qualities, or Libra, it could be that you yourself have strong Sagittarian, Arian, or Leonian energy in your chart. But really, as a foundation, this is really just speaking to an element of passion. It could even be and sort of a mastery of it, right? I mean, we have the king, and this is the ultimate mastery, and it's interesting what's happening here above with the short-term outlook. I mean, this is really all about you being willing and able to carry something very confidently. And again, there could be a very spiritual matter going on here as well. We have not just the High Priestess and the Empress here, the Moon, which is really the unknown in many ways, but two cards really speaking to an element of passion, of spiritual revelation, spiritual attainment, acknowledgement, these types of things, but really sort of a mastery of it. You'll know this for your own self because of the way that your heart feels about it, right? Anytime we're looking at sort of fire energy, we're also looking at the concept of transformation, okay? So the transformation, the trial by fire, but this is the mastery of this as well. So it looks like you're undergoing something here, or you're in the process of undergoing something here, and are able to come out the other side, right? Because you're very confident in this element. You're very confident and strong in this element. I really feel like you're learning a lot about yourself here, and raising the bar for yourself, and perhaps even becoming the person that you've always wanted to be, or in the process of developing into the person that you've always wanted to become, which is a great reason to be proud of yourself if that's the case for you. In the recent past, we have the Fool here. This is your fourth major arcana. This is really just being, able to take that leap of faith. And again, this is an enormous energy, right? So in your recent past, you were able to overcome something here. You were able to say, I don't see the rest of the staircase. I don't see the whole path, but I trust myself, right? I trust my intuition. I trust my emotions. I understand that this is a process, and I'm willing to walk through that. See, there is a trial by fire here, because you're very comfortable and confident in it. But this was necessary for you to take a leap of faith in your recent past. And how glorious for you. And I really do think that this is probably one of the greatest things that anyone can do for themselves. Whether they're about to go into a spiritual journey or an emotional one, or anything in between, frankly, you have to learn to trust yourself, right? And this is where success begins, is trusting, first of all, having a vision, and then trusting that you have what it takes to go on that journey, or to take that leap, right? Knowing in your heart that this is right for you. Okay, there's a lot of boldness here as well, like a great deal of kind of like, get out of my way, like in the nicest way, but like if you don't understand this, or if you don't get it, just move out of the way and everything will be fine type thing. Remarkable growth here for you. Again, probably through an element of a trial by fire, but you know what? That Phoenix had to do it too, and now it's an incomparable type of energy. It's like it's its own animal. So it's like you're becoming more of who you are, which is a really exciting phase for you, Libra. Here in your short-term outlook, here's our second court card, of course, in the same element here. And your short-term outlook is really carrying this passion into the future. Right? You have your foundation, which is the heart of the matter, the heart of the passion, very possibly spiritual passion, spiritual attainment, spiritual acuity, mastery, okay? And here you're able to say, but this is what I fought for. This is what I wanted. And I took that leap, and here you are for your short-term outlook saying, I'm so comfortable here. This is really comfortable for me. I feel confident here. So a queen is another level of mastery. Again, there could be a Leonian, Aryan, or a Sagittarian energy around you. If this isn't in the first 5 planets of your own chart, it could be another person who is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius who's featuring in your environment this month. So look out for that. It's a great deal of expansive energy, it is very positive energy, and it's really all about lifting yourself and others out of a certain kind of darkness as well. So it could be that maybe you've just decided you've had enough of something and you're willing to move on to something greater for yourself. I mean, you're really bringing this reality into focus for yourself, and no apologies for it either. I'm going to move the camera back a teeny bit, 1 second, hoping this gives you a little bit better view of the cards here. So moving right along, my dear Libra, we have your present state of the problem. I would more call this an issue right now, or what you might be dealing with right now, and this is very much this sense of feeling as though you're overburdened. The Ten of Fire, of course, is the Ten of Rods. The traditional image for this is the sort of the peasant at the bottom of a long hill with the rod strapped to his or her back. But what awaits at the end of the hill is this big castle, generally, or it's a big home. So it's just about, you know, being able to carry this load, right? There is a load. There is, again, we're dealing with the element of fire. There could be something that you weren't expecting to occur during this journey, this spiritual journey, as it were, or this journey to, and again, in a general sense, your sense of enlightenment here, or where your heart sits, or what makes your heart flutter, and where you're willing to take risks and be bold here. Trusting outcomes, trusting yourself. There's this element of, okay, well, now I have to follow through, and this might feel like a little bit of a burden for you, but understand what awaits you at the end of it is success. And is yours, right? See, this is something, this isn't taking from anyone. This is something you give to yourself. And it's something that you at the end of the day can be proud of here. Again, so a little bit of weight, a little bit of a concern here. Again, even in the spiritual realm, if that's what's going on, if this is a passion interest or even romance, for example, there could be something that feels a little bit uphill about this, but don't let that dissuade you, right? I mean, this could be, as with all things in life, everything really just is a test. It really is. And, you know, let this element, or let this event or concern, as it were, test you, you know, and recognize that you can see through it, right? You can see what's at the top of the hill. You can see what's at the end of this task or journey, as it were. So, you know, do that as much as you can with some grace here. Try not to let that dampen your spirits about what you're involved in, because something really interesting awaits you here. Look at all the fire. I'd be very surprised, Libra, if you weren't just 100% right now. All my Librans watching, or you know, sun, moon, rising. There is so much spiritual energy here, and if it's not, or if it's closely related to a romance, or any element regarding passion, okay? Even if it's a project of yours, a creative project, great deal of passion. I'm just checking out all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the same element. This is extremely rare, at least in my experience. So great deal of passion. Basically, don't give up. And if it is a spiritual matter, I think that you will be you know, entertained and relieved and lifted, and maybe this could be something to keep in mind, as well as to keep a sense of humor through it, because it could be sudden, right? This development, or this element of passion, for example, could become sudden, or feel unusual because of the level that you've gotten to. So, you know, don't let that dissuade you. It's just another level. Again, it's another test. Here in your outside influences, we have the Two of Earth. Well, this is really just life, okay? This is the Two of Pentacles. This is the balance of, you know, light and dark. This is the balance of the spirit and the body. This is the balance of sudden changes and being an organic self, right? Cycles, so sudden changes in cycles. And this could be seen really as indicative of your attitude toward it as well, or sort of what you could be projecting into it in terms of an outside influence, where a balance is necessary, right? So this is actually a really important card to have there in your outside influences. And it could be that it's just like the real world, or the, you know, organic or biological world, really just helping you keep balance, which could be in your favor right now because there's so much passion going on here. Here with your internal influences, my dear Libra, what is going on inside your heart? Look at this. The King of Fire as the foundation, and then your internal influences. So, I mean, again, if this is not a romance of a lifetime, or something, a creative project that's just taking your breath away, and it's almost like you can't stop thinking about it. It's what you do day and night. Your internal influence here is going to be the heart, right? The heart of this passion. This is how strongly you feel about it. And again, when we spoke about the element of fire, we spoke about not only passion, but spiritual growth, okay? Spiritual understanding. And the ace is really just the confirmation of that. It appears to come at the beginning of this element, but I like to see it at the end. Like, instead of seeing the ace of fire and then the two of fire, I like to see it as sort of the culmination of all the elements, because it's that strong, because it's pure, right? It's the pure part of it. So this is absolutely stunning to see for you in terms of internal influence. Just gorgeous. The passion is extremely strong. Again, remember, if there's any tests here, that's all it is. You're just being asked to continue in this direction, probably 10 to 1, to see how bad you want it, right? To see how comfortable you are in this, so to speak, outfit of spiritual attainment, or spiritual acquisition, or spiritual understanding. And see what you're willing to do to keep going, or to bring it to fruition, or even to apply in your everyday life. Here in your hopes and fears is 8 of fire, or 8 of wands, as it were. This is a really nice indication that you're going in the right direction, okay? This is very beautiful, in fact, especially following the 10 of fire here is a concern. There is no need to be concerned here. There is something that's passionate and taking on a life of its own. So definitely don't give up here, especially if you feel like you've gone through the ringer or gone through the fire, as I mentioned. Sort of trial by fire would be a really good term for you this month. It's really important, I think, for you to remember that this is all a phase in order for you to get to the next level. So don't be concerned here if you feel like there's a little bit of a struggle. I think that that's probably indicative that you're going in the right direction, and you predicted this, right? Back when you started, you predicted that it wasn't going to be easy. And I might even suggest here that it's not supposed to be easy. So keep going in this direction if you do feel fulfilled, and if it is coming from the heart here, Libra. And then your long-term outcome is 5 of rods. Anytime we're looking at the 5s, we're looking at a little bit of conflict, maybe a little bit of something that you didn't expect. But this is, again, to be expected, that you're going to run into things that you didn't expect. We're still in the element of fire, or passion, or, you know, changeability, or spiritual development, for example. It's natural and normal to be tripped up during this journey, to possibly even run into things that you emotionally here, for example, that you couldn't have predicted, and that just sort of come up in this journey of yours that you accepted early on, and that you have faith in yourself, that you could easily and willingly go about. I think it's really important here, for example, to remember that you're a willing participant in this journey, right? Because I really feel strongly here that you asked for this, or that you were willing, at the very least, that you imagined it, right? That you imagined, bringing a mystery to life. And willing to go the distance. So it's actually quite exciting of a read for you. So let's get into your romance or creativity reading. This is for couple singles or those involved in creative projects. So we're going to get 5 jumpers out for you. We just want general messages for Libra for the month of March 2018. What are general messages for Libra for March? For 2018, general messages for Libra, March 2018. General messages for Libra. So we're really looking at sort of advice for you again, if singles, couples, or creative projects. We're just looking for advice for Libra for March 2018. And one more here. Thank you. Sweet. So as you are, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Is finances and careers really just speaking to you? This is where you sit in the month right now. If this is the case, it could be that there is earning potential between you and your partner, or something that could be keeping you apart, for example. If that's the case, that this could need to be developed or talked about. If you are single, it could be that you could be meeting someone if you are interested in mingling in a finance or career environment. And if this is a creative project, this is you being able to do something now, or projecting how to accomplish something in a creative endeavor by allowing for these concerns to be taken care of, okay? We do need to deal with the real world, even in spiritual matters here. So it could be that you're finally taking an opportunity to settle things so that you're able to move forward in a creative venture. Are you on the correct path? You deserve love. You are lovable. Well, I would say absolutely you're on the correct path, especially if you're doing this through love. It's just such a gorgeous way of going about things. And of course, I'm going to apply this message to couple singles and anyone in the creative in a creative venture right now. Just make sure what you're doing is with love, okay, from the heart. Here is your main obstacle is unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Again, it could be something as solvable as an outside issue. Perhaps this is a third party. If this is a couple situation and you want to get to the heart of the matter, you're going to have a conversation to see where you stand so that there's no mystery here, right? You want to be internally mysterious. You don't want your relations to be mysterious. If this is a singles concern here, just remember that there are more fish in the sea. Just keep looking. And of course, if this is a creative project, you have to have heart for what you're doing or it's just not going to grow wings. What is helping you? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Have that conversation, right? Just get to the heart of the matter. Take those calculated risks here. Do something with heart and it'll always work out for you. If you are singling and mingling, keep looking around. Don't give up, especially if you've had a bad time or a bad experience recently. And for creative projects, just make sure that you're doing things, again, with the heart and take a leap of faith here. And then for your how can progress be made, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. That's actually really great advice no matter what's going on in your life, Libra. So for couples, keep an open mind. Soulmates, remember, they don't have to be romantic partners. They can be friends, they can be family, they can be animals. And for singles, of course, you know, like I said, even if the finance world isn't, or the work world wasn't where you were meeting partners, or you didn't think you could meet someone there. It could be an option for you. And finally, for those involved with creative pursuits, keep an open mind. Make sure that you're willing to work with others toward your goals, even if you hadn't anticipated what kind of person or people you would be working with. And your 3 final messages, Libra, for the month are emerging. This is gorgeous. This is actually an action card. This is coming out of the dark, okay? Remember, we had the moon back here representing you. This is coming out of yourself, coming out of a state of mystery or even misunderstanding about yourself, the spirit world, creative adventure. Again, whatever you're applying it to in a general manner, it's really coming out of something. It's sort of the seed cracking open and something beginning to bloom. So really beautiful to see that for you. Building blocks, no kidding. Yeah, you've already started something here and you're building on it. Give some thought to this before you rush into something. There's a lot of rushing energy here with the fire, the passion, and the quickness. So just make sure that you have things sort of designated in the way that you'd like for them to happen, even if they don't work out exactly the way that you'd like them to happen, just because it gives you the opportunity to build plans for yourself, and on top of that, to be sort of flexible in the face of, say, outside influences, which is just life. So build plans and then stay flexible. And here with power, really happy to see this for you. This is the power within. This is horsepower. This is a great deal of strength. Remember, this can be abused. This can be power over another person or power within. So recall to keep this within. Don't try to control someone else, and certainly don't let them try to control you. So that is your reading for the month. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks for your mid-month checkup. Take excellent care, Libra. Bye for now.